Here, the guy's standing up. So if the guy grabs my leg, I have my left hip. I'm going back right here. My left hand's around the chest. I'm putting my right hand on the head. I'm covering, and I'm turning my hip, putting pressure on his head. I want his head to be trapped in the middle, okay? Ideally. Be careful, sometimes it'll pop out. See how he popped out over here? This could be an avenue for him to take me down. So be aware of that. So when the guy grabs your leg, my head up, regular position. Like here, I'm getting my hips back, pushing the head down, walking my hip back, and I'm covering him. My hands, I use these little V blocks and just kind of block at his quads, his knees, blocking the knees out. If you notice my chest, I'm bringing my chest over to this side, and look at my feet. Slapping that, and pull. See that? Sometimes I can split a lock like that. Other times the guy's too damn strong, and he won't let me split his lock. But we're still trying, like we're working getting our leg back. Right now my crotch is over his head. That's too far. If you guys are here, it's still possible for him to bring his head up and start to kind of raise up. Yes, like this, and then power up. So we gotta prevent that, okay? It's also possible for him to start making angles. So if he starts to make angles on you, you're in trouble as well. So once I'm here, I wanna make that circle a little bit bigger, kind of work my toes back. See that? I'm kind of moving my toes back. I was able to split his lock. Once you guys are here, you've now slid down so far that it becomes good for you and bad for him. He's likely to try to pull out of the situation. He wants to retract, and then now this is why we end up in a common front headlock here, which can be good for me, but it also could be good for him. So there's this zone where we got him in danger, and we want to learn that zone. Okay, that zone, again, I'll try to illustrate, is not here, okay, where I'm draped over him. This is a little too much. I've given him too much of my leg, my hips. Iranian lifts can come from here. Iranian lift real quick, just showing, you know, like something like this where the guy can pick me up. Go ahead, go back down. So I want to slide back, so I'm blocking these out, I'm covering his head, and I'm working my hips. Right now I'm demonstrating what I'm doing with my toes. See that? But there's also something I can do with my hips. So I can swing my hips back and forth, right, left, right, left. So I'm gonna demonstrate a little bit of that so I can go here. See that? So I'm kind of doing both. As I block his legs, I'm keeping him back. And now my head comes over this side of the single leg. So if I stay at this angle, see I'm feeding him left hip, it's easier for him to hang on. Once I kind of bring my chest over his hip, I'm now isolating this shoulder, and now this is gonna start to have a big effect. So I can just start to grip and pull at this. Some people reach back to the lock. I like to go to the elbow. My right hand takes an anchor point. Butt drag on the butt, the glute, the back of the hamstring muscle, the ankle. All good spots to anchor. Then pull elbow and expand chest. See that? Once I'm here now, my leg gets back. See, he's still got, as I broke his grip, he's still got his left hand on it. I've got to keep this space open enough for my hand to get in. See, to go behind his armpit. If I leave it here, this could be good for jiu-jitsu because I got chokes. But if his hand grabs my leg, and I make that mistake where I get up here too high, yes, I've got crucifix, yes, I've got stuff like that, but he can drive up and turn into me. And now you see how the battle can immediately change in his favor. And then he takes you down. So you've got to be like very aware of all the possibilities. Most people aren't aware of all the possibilities. Most people just do one or two things, and it works because they feel, don't let this guy get me. That's all they're feeling. They don't all understand the technical side, like I may be trying to lay out for you. So he's holding that leg, right? We're covering the head. We cover it, and I'm working my hips back, blocking his legs. My chest comes over his shoulder. I make an anchor point. Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? Coach Brian here, and I'm here to tell you about SUPPORT. Guys, the best dummies in the world for training. You want to get good at throws like Jesse? You need a SUPPORT speed dummy. you got to get one for yourself. Go to petersongrapplers.com and get your own speed dummy. I pull up on the elbow, I break the grip. My hand gets inside behind the armpit so that now, if he's trying to turn into me, it's tough for him. And now I'm coming in like inside wrist, and we have control now. Again, once we've broken this guy, remember this guy, if he's a hustler, he might try to stand up. So if he's trying to stand up, keep that weight on his hands. Don't let him stand up. Break him down. Pull this guy, break him down, get this guy down. If he might try to stand up, obviously I'm speaking in a very much an MMA context because we just had our fight last Saturday night, and this position didn't happen. But the point is, when I'm in an MMA mind and I'm not in a jiu-jitsu mind sport, I tend to teach things that are geared towards MMA, where people are trying to get up. And in jiu-jitsu, they tend to engage in this little chess battle of mat grappling, and not always do they do that. So, one more time. So, a guy shoots, maybe you're here, right? I'm getting on that head right away. Okay, get on that head. So, I'm trying to get my leg back. I'm gonna push the head down, and then I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna get over it, okay? And I'm getting myself to the mat, blocking his legs out. He's still hanging on pretty good. So now I'm gonna work those toes. And I'm notice I'm always circling away from the single. I never circle this way, okay? A lot of guys, they're like, oh, the cross face, I like the cross face. Guys, you're going into the single. The guy cuts a little angle, he's gonna force your hand to post, and now you're in the dogfight. I'm fighting with a wizard. We don't wanna have to resort to that. Get to this angle here. Okay, see my hand come behind the armpit? See how that worked? It's huge. Okay, when I do it kind of in full motion, you'll see that there's every little boom, 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 and it helps you get behind somebody. If you miss one or two of those things, it may not be enough, and a good guy is gonna wrestle back out of there. So one more time, I'm gonna try to do it in sequence. Guy grabs, try to get all the points if I can. Push it on the head, hips are coming back, cover the head. Okay, bringing them down, blocking the legs. Working my toes, right? Working my hips. Grabbing an anchor point, pulling on the elbow. Hand behind the armpit, boom. Coming around, getting wrists. And now we're bringing this guy down. Okay, 2-on-1. All right, so let's give it a shot with a partner. Ready? Okay. Most people call this wrestling. Guys, it doesn't matter what you do. Sambo, catch, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, doesn't matter. It's good for all the MMA. It's good for you guys too, of course. We have to know how to defend single legs. We have to know which way to circle when we sprawl on a single leg. This is a general rule, okay? There's always gonna be exceptions. We always want to circle away from the leg they're attacking. They attack you on your left. I circle to my right. They attack me on my right. I circle to my left. I go away from it. I take that away from them, and then I get the angle to attack them. Okay, so make sure you understand this. Get the head down, break the spine. If the spine alignment is off, his head's down, he's not gonna be as powerful as if you allow that guy to keep it with his head up. He's got strong shoulders, strong back, core muscles. You gotta break that position, and one way to do that is by pushing the head down, breaking up on the spine. And we're working on our opponent's shoulders by pulling the elbow. Anchor points, very important. Whether you use the butt, the hamstring, or the ankle, gotta have an anchor point. Even far side hip. Some people say don't do it, but far side hip can work too. Okay? All right, guys, hope you liked it. Like, share, subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff.